Good morning, all you fabulous people. Code JCH at Fyendal's collection gets you a free month of premium. Highly recommend checking them out. Use them all the time. Their sponsorship of the channel. Anyway, thank you guys for your continued subscriber support and views. Thank you all to the people that have reached out a couple times on buys and everything like that. Left kind words and notes. Really appreciate that. Without further ado, let's get into the market. KO Armed and Dangerous Marvel popped back up. There was a few sold out, the 95, and now it's back to like 120. I think this is probably closer to where it should be. I still think it probably higher. Victor's at 135 and hasn't really sold at all. So I still think KO is probably the most used Marvel in heavy hitters because he's the most popular out of the champions in there. I would say Victor and Kasai are probably the next two in that order. So I think KO's still a pretty good buy at this price, but it was too cheap at 95 for this. So just wanted to point out, Banneret of Gallantry. This one's interesting. This is the rainbow foil. This is not the extended art promo. Has gone crazy. I think this is another one of these. The machines keep auto updating the prices because there's less than a playset or something. The last sold rainbow foils were like $16, which is pretty crazy too. But this keeps going up and up and up, and there's been no sales and no more listings. But 56 at this price, I'd go to the EA rainbow foils that were the calling promos. And I think you still save like 10 to 20 bucks off of getting a foil Banneret of Gallantry. Just wanted to point that out, that this is doing some fishy stuff without sailing. Heart of Fyendal is continuing to go up. It's at 357, let's call it. There's one here at 389, then Riddle's at 400, and then we just keep going crazy. It is a Welcome the Wraith rainbow foil. There was only like, 230,000 boxes printed of this. So there's 1 in 40 boxes roughly for a Fable. So pretty rare. Also one of the more unique ones. Also it is gearing up to be maybe used in some of these Earth Heroes because they have to deal with life game, mainly the Wizard. And then the last couple sold 340, 330, 355. I don't think this is going to go down for a little bit. I think this might be a new norm, so just keep your eye on this. Corsham, the rainbow foil, popped up. It was at like 50 bucks. Now it's 64. And the reasoning for that is the print run update. Toa Unlimited, I believe there's only like 76,000 boxes total, which is like a third of the first edition. So I'm guessing the Unlimited foils in the long run will hold a premium because there's so much less of those than the first editions. So just keep an eye on that. I think Corsham's probably your biggest offender there. The legendaries I could also see in long term being worth a hold over the cold foils. We might see cold foils for Ellie or Toa under the rainbow foil prices come soon, which will be extremely interesting. But just wanted to point that out. Traverse the Universe went up about 10 bucks. A few were sold 150, then a couple were sold at 160. EA, this is the best headpiece for Mystics. Basically, there's a few situational things that are slightly better or in that situation, but universally for the Mystic, this is the best headpiece at the moment. And it's full art, cold foil, holds a premium. Stonewall Gauntlet. This one I found interesting. Has gone up, I believe, about 10-15 bucks over the past week, which is pretty crazy. The rainbow foil is still like 20. I think these mist cards are starting to hit their bottoms and rebound. Stonewall Gauntlet kind of shows that. Traverse the Universe shows that. A few other cards. Balance of Justice also continues to rise a little bit. Bounced at like 109, and then now it's up to like 120 again. If you need your copy, I don't think it's going to get really any cheaper, between 100, 120, 150 if it becomes even crazier. But just keep your eye on that. Rattle Bones. This is interesting. These are selling out. The cheapest on the market is a unlimited rainbow foil. A couple here rainbow foils, then first edition normals, then more unlimited rainbow foils, then finally at $18 there's oh no, never mind, we haven't even hit an unlimited normal yet. Unlimited normals all the way up to $19, which is interesting. So basically there's a steal, I believe, on the rainbow foils here for sure, unlimited rainbow foils, and the first edition, depending on how you value them, pretty good price as well. This is a really good Runeblade card, probably specs into Rosetta Heroes coming up. Figment of Tenacity, the Marvel, I think hits basically all-time low of like $30-something. Nope. Yeah, $38. I don't see it going much lower than that anymore. These are hard to pull. They're gorgeous. This art on this one's especially good. And after Luminaris Angel's Glow, I believe it became one of the better the Figments. But I am no Prism stan, and I think I might try New Prism in Living Legend if I get to play in the Calling in December. But I'm no Prism stan at this moment. So tell me in the comments if I'm wrong on Tenacity here, but it seems pretty good with Angel's Glow. Anyway, I have a video also went up a little bit about. Wow, there was some at 330. It came back down, and I think it was down to like 300-ish, and then now it's back up to 313 or 317, 324. So watch out. Eyes are also kind of moving. Sonata Galaxia, the non-foil is up to $15. There's only 14 listings total on this. This rainbow foil seems like a pretty good price. Just watch out for these. These are expansion slot cards from heavy hitters, which we all know how expansion slot cards go. They're plenty until they're not, and then the price goes crazy. So just wanted to point that out. I guess I have Sonata Galaxia on here twice. Anyway, Aether Quickening, the rainbow foil yellow, bottomed out at like $15. Now the last of the $15 are sold, and they're back up to $23, and then they go to $26 and then $60. Not very many of these on the market. Older promo, low stock. Persuasive Prognosis continues is one of the cards that have just continued to be going up. The non-foils are at $13. I thought it was $8, but I forgot the shipping here. Then the rainbow foil is at $16, and then they just go to $20 to $30. Not very many listings left on the market, 8 total. This card is one of the better cards. I believe it's being used in Assassin, or both new and Uzuri, and I could see this maybe even making it into Arachne, but that's a stretch. Arachne Solitary Confinement would use this, but anyway, this card's one of the better assassin cards from the new set. No surprise here that it's finally rising in price. Just keep your eye on it. If you're needing Persuasive Prognosis, I recommend buying them because I don't think they are going to stay down that long. Anyway, Tome of Harvests, the rainbow foil unlimited is $6. I think it dropped a little bit. Yeah, there was one here for $7, some for $8.50. So the stock's been replenished a little bit. Earth is coming up. This could be used. Cabden, this one's an interesting one. I guess it's not that interesting. But anyway, it's about the same price. But it's a cold foil of an older hero. that potentially for PvE could be cool. He's an $8.50 cold foil with shipping from Zulus Games. Just thought it was an interesting one. Seems to be going down a little bit. Blaze Firemind. We brought this up on Friday, and I warned you guys the not right. I think it was like $180. There was a ton released at Gen Con. You got one with $90 of purchase at the LSS booth. There was also side events to play to get one. There was a ton of these. $70 for one of these. I still think people are struggling to move them. I'd hold off on this unless you absolutely need it, which you probably don't need it till skirmish season. I think we still got some time for skirmish season, which also skirmish, if you win your skirmish, you get a cold foil Blaze Firemind. So I expect this guy or this lady to continue to go down. Don't get me wrong, the rainbow foil is gorgeous, and I do think she is very strong hero. But $70, unless you absolutely need her to like spike an event, I don't recommend buying this at this time. Red in the Ledger, the unlimited rainbow foil has dropped from like $13 to $15 down to $9. I think there's a good pickup here to bling out your Exalia. Just a really good card and a really good price. Levia redeemed. The Marvel is down to $5.25, which is back down in line with almost these purchase prices. About $50 off of that, which was a lot better than what it was of like nearly $700. I'd still be on the market for this privately, so you can see what you're buying as opposed to this big of a card, as opposed to buying off TCG Player, but that's just my opinion. You are backed by TCG Player if you buy it through them, which is a little bit of helpful, but most people on the market, as long as you do your due diligence and check with them and get references and everything like that, pretty good in this community, will take care of you. Plague Hive. The cold foil is down to $128. There just hasn't been that many sold. One sold at $120. I think when we talked a couple weeks ago, it was like $140, $150. So this is coming down. Cold foil Plague Hive, I think, is a pretty good pickup. I still think it might continue to go down because there's been one sold in basically 2 months. Probably a good one to wait on or try to bargain on the private market. Deathmatch Arena also going down. Last sold was like $128. This guy is at there's two here at $113. I think that's a pretty good pickup. There's been a decent amount of sold. There's 3 sold in July, maybe even more. Yeah, 3 sold in July, 1 sold in June, or 2 sold in June. So this is moving more than Plague Hive, but that's to be expected. It's a more recent set. I still think 100 or under is probably a good price for this, unless you're just using an UPF. This card is only being used for UPF or you need it for your collection. Lightest Soul, the rainbow foil is going down. It was like 95 last week, and now it's down to 83. One sold at 83. Just wanted to point this out if you needed this for Prism. Fyendal Spring Tunic. Welcome to Wraith Rainbow Foil. There is a 125 lightly played, 129 near mint, and then it's back up to 135. And there's also this Spanish non-foil they listed as rainbow foil, which is annoying. They should put this under like crew or bright lights as of the non-foil. But I would not buy this one. I would buy a crew or something else instead, unless you absolutely love the Spanish one. Anyway, I still think Welcome to Wraith Tunic Rainbow Foil is one of the better buys in the market. And especially after the reprint policy, they did upgrade that to include set rainbow foils are protected as other than alternate arts of those foils. So there will never be another rainbow foil spring tunic other than an alternate art. So these, I think, just became a better buy. Codex of Frailty, there's one here at $64. If you need a Frailty, this is about the cheapest you can get it. It's lightly played, though. There's one there. I think that's a pretty good deal. Phantom Tidemaw is going down. It's not being used nearly as much in Enigma decks. I do personally... Oh, wow. There was some here sold at like $5. Oh, nobody's bought these since they spiked, really. What the heck is going on here? 3 were sold at $4 to $5, which is just crazy. I can't imagine that. Those are real sales. Anyway, $29 for the Rainbow Foil. It's creeping down. These were up to like $45. There hasn't really been any sold other than these 3 to 5, which I don't think they're very real. So these are getting cheaper, as well as the non-foil, I believe, is bound to 20. There's a ton on the market. I would still think these continue to go down. So just watch out for Tide Malls if you need them. Hope you guys have a fantastic Tuesday. Code JCH gets you a free month of premium. Check out Fab TCG for the Collector's Week print run update and the reprint policy for the Rainbow Foils. I think both of those are great reads for any collector and supporter of this game. Thank you guys for your continued support. Still shooting for 450, 500. Haven't gotten any subs. If you watch, thank you for your support. Bye.